Hello. Hey, everyone. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Have you guys all started your referring and started presenting in school? Has anybody presented already? Somebody raise their hands. Yeah, I figured that. Grace, you already presented? Very cool. Wait a couple more minutes. We have guest hosts tonight that are gonna be doing the training with you. I'll present them in a little bit. It's not even started yet, so. Into the chat. Can you guys all see the chat? Can you guys drop in the chat how the first few weeks of school has been? Busy. We were getting adjustment to say the least. Busy. You guys are this busy already? Clark, yes, Clark, I'm gonna respond to you guys' message. I saw that you guys put me in a group chat. Sorry I didn't get back to that yet. You guys are so stressed. Why are you guys so stressed already? Oh, younger punches, those are the things that like at comedy shows, they lock your phones in. You guys are getting those at school? You guys got this. You guys got this. I think we're gonna go ahead and start. So tonight we have two guests that are gonna present to you guys about public speaking. How do you guys feel about public speaking? Are you nervous about public speaking? No, you guys feel good about it? Good. Absolutely. I love public speaking, so all over the place. Okay, good. Um, good. So I have here with us tonight Hallie. Um, Hallie Bambalas works for CIEE. She's on my team. She's super amazing, awesome. She works with the ambassadors abroad, so the college ambassadors, who are doing their or college age.
Or sorry, actually, yes, high school ambassadors, but they're the ones that are abroad right now, technically.
Yes, I don't know why I said that. I was thinking first year abroad in GAP, but no, they're the high school semester abroad ambassadors, right?
Yep.
That
Yes.
that are abroad right now and that are ambassadors as they're abroad and doing a lot of stuff on social media. And so Hallie works primarily with the semester abroad and the full year abroad and GAP programs. So she's gonna present to us a bit about public speaking as well as Amber. Amber is I'm gonna let her introduce herself and tell you guys where she studied abroad and all of that. But she was an ambassador last year. She is one of our super mega ambassador mentors. She was also an intern in the spring of 2024 with the CIEE marketing team. And she's really active on her school's public speaking or speaking and debate club, speech and debate club. So I'm gonna let them take it over and introduce themselves and then get into some good tips for public speaking. So
Perfect. Thanks for the intro. I think on the next slides, we have like a little introduction more about us. So I can start us off. Great introduction from Brianna. She's the best. I love working on the team with her. I just started, like she said, as the marketing coordinator, and I'm also the director of the ambassadors abroad. I actually studied abroad my junior year of college in Rome and Madrid with CIEE. So love that personal connection. It was such an incredible program. I did the open campus program. So if you guys have any questions about that, I would love to also help answer about that because I know it's a little bit more of a custom program that you kind of build yourself. And then shortly after that, I went back to school. I went to Arizona State University and I became a campus ambassador on campus at my school and promoted CIEE through a bunch of different meetings and basically just presented all around campus, did tabling events. But yeah, so I'm excited to talk to you guys about public speaking. I took a lot of public speaking courses during my time in high school and college. So I'm really excited to help you guys hone your skills and also grow you guys professionally. I'll let Amber go.
Um, Hi, my name is Amber. I'm a junior in high school and I am an ambassador currently, and I was last year as well. I studied abroad in Taiwan for Chinese language and culture, and I still study Chinese. I love it. I am the head of my school's speech team, and I've been doing speech for 3 years now. I love it. But going into it, I hated public speaking as well. It's such a skill that you have to build. But now I love it and I love talking about it and coaching it. I do a lot of public speaking coaching at my school, and it's just something that I've grown to love a lot. So CIEE and advocating for studying abroad was a very fun thing for me to do. As Brianna said, I've been an intern with CIEE. I've just been doing so much with CIEE. It's such an amazing organization for me. So I'm very happy and excited to be here talking about public speaking. For icebreakers, we just wanted to ask you guys where you studied abroad in the chat and what grade you're in. So if you want to just put that in the chat. A lot of Spain.
A lot of Spain.
A lot of France and Spain, from what I can see.
So very cool. Perfect. Well, thank you guys for putting it in the chat. That's great.
I see all the people from Taiwan commenting Taiwan, and I see you. I love Taiwan. I wish I can go back, but okay.
Perfect.
So I think the tips that we'll go over, we're going to go over 10 general public speaking tips for all of you. They're general public speaking tips, but they're also pretty applicable specifically to CIEE advocacy. So hopefully those can help you guys with presentations, whether you're a really confident practice speaker already or you're hating it right now. Hopefully these tips can help everyone. So. Do you want to start, Hallie?
Sure. Okay. So our first tip is about nerves. There's definitely going to be nerves when you're public speaking. It honestly, it will get easier as you do it. I used to hate when my teachers would say that to me and they'd be like, it gets better as time goes on. But honestly, the more you do it, the more you're going to get more comfortable with it. But also accepting that being nervous is okay is the first step that you need to take. Nobody's perfect. I have been doing this for like 10 years and I'm still not perfect. So definitely normal to feel the nerves, and just remember that nobody's expecting you to do amazing every single time. But just doing little things like shaking out your hands, getting yourself in a good mindset, sticking to your positivity is going to help you, and just know that you're going to grow as you go on. So that is our first tip.
Our second tip will be about the space. So especially for people who are already comfortable speaking, it can be not natural at first to use the space you're given, but you can walk around while you're presenting. If possible, to arrive where you'll be presenting before the presentation to see where you're speaking, see where the audience is sitting, and get familiar with where you can be walking and, presenting. This will not only make you feel more comfortable and more confident once you build that habit, but it will also make you more engaging and add energy to your general presentation. It really does help to know where you are and where you're walking, and not just only looking at the screen and staying stationary. Definitely makes a more natural, confident presentation. So that would definitely be a good tip to implement in all kinds of presentations.
Awesome. Okay, going along with that, your physical presence as you're in the room is also going to play a key role in this. So something that I did as like an exercise is like we would stand in our public speaking classes and like fully do like a shake off out of our body just to like really loosen the nerves and to just like feel like you're in your body when you are presenting. This is just overall going to give you guys a more confident look when you're presenting. You want to stand tall, try to avoid slouching. Also, a big thing that I used to do that I know I remember was swaying. And a good way to get away from this is to kind of walk around the room. So if you're presenting somewhere that's like a bigger or a larger space, you can walk around the stage or the area just to make it look a little bit more natural. And then lastly, eye contact, even though it might feel uncomfortable, I have a feeling once you do it, you connect with somebody and you just feel a little bit better connecting with like an actual other human in the room. So that's definitely going to help get your audience attention and just make you feel better overall.
Okay, our fourth tip is going to be to smile because when you're presenting, smiling is so underrated. It's not only helps you feel, more comfortable and appear more friendly, but it also makes your audience at ease because it's like we're relaxed, we're having fun, we're just having a nice presentation. If you're like deer in headlights giving your presentation, it might make it less comfortable for everyone involved. It reduces tension to like allow yourself to like smile, doesn't have to be too serious. It makes your voice sound like more excited talking about something when you're smiling, which is really good when you're talking about something so exciting like studying abroad, where you want them to be like, this is so amazing. And like, this person obviously enjoyed it because they're so smiley. Like, it definitely helps to be excited when you're presenting. So yes, definitely try. It's can feel unnatural at first, but with a little bit of practice, it's makes it so much easier.
Awesome. And then our next tip is to try your best to remove filler words. This is something that I think we all still try to work on a daily basis, at least I do. This is also going to go hand in hand with another tip that we have about just slowing your pace down. When you, like I just did right there, obviously saying like, is natural. So you don't have to completely cut it out. You don't want it to sound disingenuine, but just really noticing those types of things is going to help you a lot. It's going to make you sound a little bit more professional and overall confident in your speech.
Something interesting that I want to add, this is somewhat related. In speech and debate, we do drills to like, for speech specifically, filler words aren't encouraged. So we would like crumple paper balls and someone would have to give like a 1 minute, like just like introduce yourself or talk about anything. And if they say like, so like you throw the paper ball at them. And it was like just something that we all practiced to break that habit. But I remember my freshman year, I was like, I will not be doing that. That's so scary. Like, but it is a really great way. So
Those of you that have groups at your school of, a bunch of you at one school that are in a club together, maybe you guys could do that in one of your club meetings, practice.
it's really fun.
Yeah.
Okay, another tip we have is getting the audience engaged. When you're giving these presentations, you don't want the audience to be zoned out. If you really want them interested, then you should get them to participate, even just a little bit. One way you can do this is by show of hands. The example that we have here is like, raise your hand if you're currently studying a language, because then you could connect that to the language program CIEE offers and say, well, we have programs for French. Well, we have programs for Spanish. And that can make them feel more personal, more connected. You can also have people answer your questions out loud or even bring someone up. I remember when I did presentations at my school for CIEE, my GEA, like asked people which program they were most interested in, like off the bat, and just had everyone say a program that they saw, because that makes people actually look through these programs and be like, what would I be interested in? And they become more engaged. For all types of presentations, this can just be like a more engaging way of delivering any kind of speech.
Yeah, and just piggybacking off of that, telling your personal stories is going to be huge. We want to hear those genuine stories that you guys had from studying abroad. And it's going to come really naturally to you because you had such a great experience. And I'm sure you want to talk all about that. But telling these unique stories are definitely going to be able to help your audience connect better to you and just make you sound more authentic overall. And yeah, just more personal. So definitely share all of those stories.
Okay. Knowing who your audience is a really great tip for this type of presentation. There is a huge difference between presenting to students and presenting to parents. Whenever I'm presenting to parents, I'm trying to really push the like, it was safe. They made sure we had chaperones, you know, buddy system. Like we really try to make sure that these parents know that like, I was always safe. I was always fed, you know, everything that parents worry about when their child brings home a study abroad flyer. That's what you want to make sure they feel confident in and make sure they know about. For students, you can more so push the like, it's fun, it's exciting, you get to be in a city. Like that's what students want to hear, but knowing your audience helps you connect with them and make them walk away feeling like, okay, this is like a really good program that I want to keep looking into.
And then, yeah, I touched on this a little bit, but just slowing down. You want your pace to sound natural for you. So if you're a fast talker in general, just try slowing it down a little bit and just be cognizant of thinking about that. I feel like for the most part, I'm kind of a fast talker. So I just have to tell myself to take a deep breath. And that deep breath is also going to help the longevity. So if you have a really long presentation, like you guys are going to be having, you want to be able to have time in between, and your audience is also going to be able to connect with you better on that. Don't feel awkward taking pauses because it's natural. We don't want you like a robot up there. You want to be like a human presenting. So just focus on your timing and your tempo, and you will be all set.
Lastly, we have practice. Practice is the backbone of learning public speaking. It's just doing it over and over and over again. Some days you'll feel more confident, some days it will be harder to do, but practice is the most important thing you can do. To me, public speaking was like a muscle you can train, like you can learn it, it's a skill. It's not something that some people can do and others can't. It also makes you more comfortable with the material. With CIEE, you're basically presenting the same information every time. Every single time you're going over the same statistics, you're going over the same, like, this is the types of programs we have, this is where you could go. So it's not that hard to become versed in what you're talking about, especially because you have so many experiences in it already. But just practicing will make you feel that much more confident. Practicing can look like practicing alone in front of a mirror, practicing in front of family, like a small group of friends maybe. Or, you know, you could record yourself and see, you can notice things that you wouldn't otherwise if you see yourself presenting. Like, wow, I really don't pause, or wow, I move my hands a lot, and it can help you improve your performance. Thank you. I'm so glad everyone came today. I hope these tips were very helpful. And if anyone has any tips or questions, sorry, you can ask. Now would be a great time to ask.
Yeah, any questions, anything that you're particularly worried about, any roadblocks?
Yeah, that's a great tip. I was also taught that if you are nervous, then you should convince yourself that you are excited.
Yeah, I
It
saw that.
definitely is like kind of uses the same parts of your brain, like the nervous system and the excitement. Like if you can convince yourself of that, that will definitely help you guys.
No, you don't have to have an adult from CIEE to come to your school. You can present on your own. You can ask your language teachers, your school administration, what presentations you're able to do. And even, I mean, our CIEE local teams are humans and have lives and live in sometimes areas that are far from you. So so yeah, they might not be able to make it to every ambassador school. And then I see one other question, then I have a good one for you guys. The how to get an adult, somebody said how to get CIEE in the school. Remember, I posted on Canvas the main representative for your local teams for you to email them. Okay, yeah, how to bring a CIEE adult to our school. Find that on the Canvas course. It's in the announcements. I gave you the emails for the CIEE representative for your area, as well as they're in your WhatsApp groups. So you can also message them in there.
For anyone that's a little less confident about public speaking, my GAE definitely helped me to feel like prepared and in the moment very like there's two of us. I feel like we're a team working together. So if that's something really concerning to you and that you just want to like first time have some support or maybe multiple times, the GAEs, every single one of them is there to help. So definitely try emailing if that's something that you think you would need or want.
So somebody asked a very good question for when you're public speaking in high schools. What do you suggest doing to help public speaking when your audience is known to be judgmental?
Do you want to do this one, Holly?
Yeah, I think when the audience is known to be judgmental, maybe the best route to go about that is going to be asking questions to your audience and trying to engage with them. I know that probably is going to seem hard and scary, and it's probably easier said than done. But I think asking them questions, seeing what they really want to hear, because you got to think about where is that judgment coming from. Maybe they don't know about this program. They are scared to ask. So I think just informing them about everything in general is going to be the best. You'll definitely have to be the bigger person in it, but I know you guys all got it.
I see a question directed at me in the chat saying, where have you done CIE presentations or where would you recommend presenting? Sorry. I've done presentations at my school. However, my school is kind of small and also not very interested. So I've gone to over 10 schools in my state of North Carolina. Specifically, I revisit schools that have a lot of engagement or are larger. There's an art school near my house that my sister attends, and they have a lot of people who are interested in, arts and drama and writing, and they want to study abroad. So I often go to that school and it's really successful every single time. So it might just be a matter of finding an area that is interested in studying abroad and really going back to it and making sure you can get the most out of it. I would recommend presenting anywhere you think that the audience would be engaged in it. But yeah, I've mostly done presentations at schools. I can also sometimes find people I know who are interested or reach out to someone specifically that I know is looking and be like, hey, this is CIEE. My friend today was talking about needing extracurriculars. And I was like, you should look into this. Like, it's a really good program. So stuff like that can help you connect.
So can you explain how you went about going into other schools? Like, did you go during the school day? How did you contact those schools to get permission to go in? I think that was one of the questions as well.
Yes. So usually I email a principal or a administrator at that school. For the school that my sister goes to, it was pretty easy to know who to go to and who to email. But you can always just check the staff list of the school, send an email saying, hey, I'm really interested in presenting to your school about studying abroad. When would be the best time for your school, or recommend a time? Usually I find the best time is during school. Most schools have a auditorium or a homeroom block or a time that a group of students can go watch a presentation. So if you ever have assemblies, you could basically host an assembly at a school by contacting the principal, which brings in hundreds of people, and at least 5 of those people are going to, interact with your link. They're going to go through looking at all the programs, and you're going to find a couple of people who are really interested. So yeah, that's what I recommend doing, reaching out to administrators.
But just be careful, we are not telling you guys to skip school all the time to go
Oh.
present at other schools.
Yeah, my school has a lot of like days off and like teacher work days and stuff.
Yeah.
So I usually just go to other schools on those days.
Yeah.
Don't skip, guys. There's a question for me really quick that says, are you a high school or college student? I'm a high school student. I'm a junior, so I'm 16.
When is the cutoff making an application to study abroad? The applications for, applications for scholarship are due in January. Other than that, you can apply if a student is applying without needing a scholarship. They can apply up till May, usually April, May, depending on the program. Some programs close earlier. How do you talk to 12th graders about CIEE? I mean, I'll let Amber talk to this a bit too, but I think I would say the same way, just remembering that there's no scholarship available to them. And
Yeah.
maybe thinking about, because Hallie's in this call, so of course, thinking about first year abroad and gap opportunities for them.
Yes, a lot of seniors are actually interested in studying abroad. While it's not something that you per se can apply to college to because it's a summer program, it can feel like a fun end of the whole high school experience. Like you should go to like France for like a couple weeks, and you know it's a really exciting opportunity, even if it's not for application purposes. It can, for the rest of your life, be something that you use and just advertising the fun part of it to seniors and like, you know, it can feel like a nice trip at the end of high school. So that's usually how I push it towards 12th graders. I kind of don't emphasize as much as like it's a resume builder for colleges, like because you know it's kind of past that, but it can still be really important for seniors.
And a practice run before college. Go ahead, Hallie.
Yeah, I was just gonna say also, I don't know if you guys do the training on like the first year abroad and gap year abroad programs, but we do have those two programs that you can also recommend. So whether they're about to graduate, you can say you can take your first year or semester of college and do a CIEE program, and we take you abroad for your first year. So that's a really great option if they know maybe they don't want to go right away to college. Or if they don't want to do a college, but they still want to go abroad and just kind of take a gap year, we do have our gap year program that they can go and learn a language for a semester. So I think just offering those two options is going to be great also.
Yeah. What programs offer scholarships? So we have most of our scholarship money goes to the summer abroad programs. So all CIE summer programs are eligible for that scholarship, but our donor is incredibly generous and gives us $6 to $7 million a year to fund students to study abroad. Loves giving them especially to language and culture programs, because her goal and her mission is to have more high school students study abroad, but also to have more Americans and students speaking other languages and communicating with people in other languages. So primarily, we often tell students, you guys probably heard this in the presentations, to have at least one language and culture program on the list of 3 if a student is thinking of applying for a scholarship, because those programs do tend to get the majority of the money.
I see a question here saying, how should I make my presentation? CIEE provides a slideshow that you can present. Is that on Canvas now?
It is, yes, it's
Yes, so it's on Canvas, so you can download it and present it wherever you are. If you would like to make your own presentation or your own edits, like add in pictures of your study abroad or something, you're totally welcome to. Like it's not like you have to use this. However, all of the information that you know is important to CIEE and advocating about it is on that slideshow. So you guys all have access to it. Of course.
Also see that Pia made a comment. Pia is another one of our returning superstar ambassador mentors. Let me scroll back to Pia's comment. Let me find it. So Pia wanted to stress a couple of tips from experience. Know what you're presenting about well. So make sure you know the content. Be confident, make eye contact, project your voice, and make small jokes if appropriate. I love making jokes when I'm presenting. And the confidence is just so important. Thinking back to you guys asking about when people are judgmental, as somebody who life has been presenting to teenagers for the past 10 years, between being at school and even presenting at many CIE programs. I presented to many of you over this summer. I think that for me, one thing that I would say is just projecting that confidence, projecting that even if you think they're judging you, that I'm so cool, I don't care energy, which it's hard. I know it's hard. It's hard as an adult to do it in front of teenagers. So I'm sure that doing it as a teenager in front of teenagers is even harder. But just that confidence and knowing yourself and knowing what you're talking about and having that energy, I think that all wins any audience over anyways.
I see a question here, two questions from Ruby, I believe, talking about having a small school that doesn't really do assemblies. I feel you. I have a small school too. It's kind of hard to work within my school just because there's not very many opportunities for presentations. However, it doesn't have to be an assembly per se. You could make an announcement over your school's like announcements, by going to, like, in my school, it's the main office, and giving them a note and saying, can you read this over the morning and afternoon announcements of, hey, if you're interested in studying abroad, there's a studying abroad info session in the media center during third block at, whatever time. So people can write that down and be like, okay, I'll go to that. And then usually an email will be sent out and you can like fill out a form or something of that equivalent. So working with teachers and working with your school about setting up an event in your school is what I would recommend. If your school is really small and there's not many people to work with, I would recommend going to other schools as well, which can be intimidating. I saw a comment asking about like, how would you even get into other schools and like, how would you go there? Again, just like emailing and reaching out. If you have any other connections, like there's speech and debate, I interact with a lot of different people at a lot of different schools, reaching out to them and saying, hey, how would you recommend presenting at your school? So that's one way I would say getting into those schools.
You can, yes, use your own slideshow that you want to make visually appealing or to your liking. For sure, feel free to do that. Yes, present to 8th graders. If you have 8th graders in your high school, some high schools I know have 8th graders. Mine did where I taught. So they can start thinking about it early for sure.
I see a comment asking, where's the presentation in Canva? If I'm correct, it's in Canvas.
It's in Canvas, yes.
Yes.
So I'm gonna project Canvas for a second, just in case there's any confusion of like how to navigate through that Canvas page. So I'm gonna view it as a student. So you guys are seeing the Canvas page? Yeah. So this is what it will look like to you guys when you sign in, right? So you'll find the recording for training 2, the link to select your CIEE project, the local representative contact. So if you want to contact your GEA, you would click on that and you have there the local representatives for your area. And if you go into files on the side, files, we have important resources, digital marketing materials. Okay, so we have other presentations, other resources here, but these are all of our digital marketing materials. These are the same materials that our sales team uses, right? These are the same exact materials that CIEE employees have access to. And in there, classroom presentation, FY25 classroom presentation for ambassadors. And there you will find it. This might crash my browser. But you can find it in there, you can download it. There's also, you can get promo cards. How do I close this? I'll close. Flyers, we have flyers in Spanish, posters, things that you can print out there as well. So guys, make sure that you're on this Canvas page. Make sure that you're on it. And remember that you guys can order materials as well. So if you're not on it, I will resend. I've resent the invitations a bunch of times. So I will resend it. Let me check on your emails. So I'm going to take note. If you're not on it, you can put it in the chat so I can follow up with you guys and check on your emails. Maybe they've been sending to the wrong email. And then remember, you can order materials at CIEE.org/print. Okay, and here you can order a kit of posters, pins, pens. We're not sending it out unless you order it. Okay, so make sure you do that. And I fulfill those orders on Fridays. I am off this Friday, so I will probably only fulfill an order. I will definitely only fulfill an order you make in the next 2 days next week. Okay. But you can order flyers and pens and other promotional materials here. Okay. You can't log into Canvas. Where can you order it? Okay. If you can't log into Canvas, email me and we'll try to figure it out. And then CIEE.org/print to order materials. Any other questions for Amber and Hallie? Okay, if you have no questions, we can end here. You can hop off. Remember, you guys, I know that your GEAs have started sending out emails. Have started sending out emails and messages on the WhatsApp groups for virtual meetups. I know that Chicago, Illinois area ambassadors should have a meeting next week. I believe that Britt has been meeting with some of the New England ones. I am helping out our acting GEA in DC, and I'll be hosting a meeting for DC with Nicole, who is super awesome, next Thursday. So you guys, all of you, DC, DMV area students, make sure you join those. I know that there's going to be an in-person meetup in Miami next week for those of you that are in the Miami area. So make sure you are keeping a lookout for those. This is your guys' chance to get to know each other, to make new friends, to make more relationships with CIEE. I know, I want to know who's going to fly me out to Miami, Clark. So once I find out, I'll call you. The CIEE project assignments should be out next week. I sorted them today, but like I said, I'm out the next 2 days, and so I'll give you guys notification next week on that. But most people are going to be able to do their first choice. The Miami thing, Sophia, I think you actually live in Miami, Sophia, because this is for students that actually live in Miami. We're not flying anybody out, unfortunately. But for those of you that actually live in Miami, I think it's going to be next Thursday, but stay tuned for an email from Lauren. Anything else? The private jet. Awesome. We'll fly out a group. That's right, Clark. Your referral money is going to buy you a private jet for sure. Awesome. Okay, so you guys can hop off if you're all set. Always send
Hey,
me.
thank you guys. I'm excited for all of you. You're gonna do great.
Yes, thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
No Kahoot.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
we
I'm
made a
sorry.
Kahoot.
No Kahoot.
So sorry,
Love
guys.
the Kahoot. You gotta do it.
I
Oh.
did promise. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Wait. Those of you who are still on, we'll do a redo of the last Kahoot.
Oh.
We'll do a redo. See if you studied your CIEE knowledge in these last couple of weeks. Gonna make presentations at school? Yes, make presentations at school. Please make presentations at school. All about CIEE, post live. Okay, you guys ready? Can you see my screen? Yeah. Okay, up to 40 players. How many of you? Wow, this is perfect. You can all play this time. Eight, 5, 4, 0, 2, 1.
I miss Kahoot. I'm stealing this idea from you, Brianna.
Yeah, it's just so much fun. And then
It's good to see that everybody loves it too.
well, they'll love it because they get gift cards if they win.
That's true.
But I think they just love it. I think they just love Kahoot. Um, do you guys play Kahoot in school? Do you guys play Gimkin in school? I've been cleaning out my camera roll and I found all these old videos of me playing Gimkit with my students. And it brought back memories. Look it.
What is it called? I've never heard of it.
It's
Gimkit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Gimkit.
actually super fun. There's an imposter game. What's it called? The Trust No One. What's that game called?
Oh, wait, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Among Us. Yeah, Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on,
We
look
do.
at. Okay.
Teachers have been loving all the Quizlets and stuff, but like I have teachers who are making them like test grades now, and I'm like, you're ruining it. Like, stop. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
that's
become less of a fun game at my school, but it's still like on top.
too much.
No, test grades, like, and they didn't tell me till it was over. I was like, I was not paying attention. This was a
No way.
Quizlet. Like, I was not
No
tuned
way.
in. But yes,
We'll do Gimkits, maybe in our monthly meetings. We'll do monthly check-ins, best practice check-ins, and we'll do Gimkits then. Okay, is everybody in? I'm gonna start it. I can start it. How many different continents? Six. Yes. What? All of them besides Antarctica, right? We don't have a program on Antarctica yet, so pretty soon.
we gotta get a program in Antarctica. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, seriously. Do we have a leadership in service program in South Africa? Yes. What is our leadership and service program in South Africa? Who remembers? I don't think we have anybody from this program as ambassadors, but do you guys remember? Yes, following in the footsteps of Nelson Mandela. Yes, so a social justice program. How many languages does CIE offer? Excuses. 9. Clark knows they added Portuguese, so she gets points for that. But what else? What other languages do we offer? Arabic, yes. Chinese, yes. Korean, yes. Italian, yes. Japanese, yes. French, Spanish, and one more. Yeah, Deutsch. German, yes. I think that was 9. In general, how much is awarded each year? Yes, 6 to 7 million. Super generous, Sherry Long. We love Sherry. Where do we not have a global navigator program? Right, in Jordan. We have a college program in Jordan. Did anybody here study in Botswana, Estonia, or Australia? Anybody? Those are smaller programs. Do we have any representation in this chat? Russell, you did Estonia, super cool. I really want to visit that program. Okay. What can you do to make a difference? Clark knows. All of them. How many US states are represented in our global ambassador cohort? I don't even completely remember this off the top of my head. I think I know. Yes, 39. 39. That's crazy, guys. That means there's only 11 states where we don't have ambassadors. That's crazy. Where can you not live on a CIEE program? Right. Yeah. No RVs. Yeah. Can you get college credit for language programs? Yes. What university provides us our college credit? Tulane University, yes. And last question. How long do topic programs last? Three weeks. Are you trying to trick people, Clark? 3-week programs for topic programs. Okay. Winners, Aaliyah, Kai, Aaliyah, and Whitney. Good job, guys. I'll send these out probably on Monday. Let's be real. Probably Sundays on Monday. Good. I'm glad you guys like Cahoots. Promise next time we'll do Give 'em Kit. Awesome. So that's it. If you have any questions, I'm seeing a lot of emails coming in that you guys are ordering stuff. So I'll get to those first thing on Monday, and these rewards. Gianna, I'm gonna check in between this meeting and the West Coast meeting. I'll check in on your Canvas. If we did a language course, how can we see our stamp test results? I don't think they're out yet. Yeah, I can get you an answer on that, but oh yeah, I know. I was looking at this and I was like, wait, this is Kaylee. Kaylee is another super ambassador mentor, guys. So also in North Carolina. So I will check up on that. Do you know Amber?
Specifically to North Carolina, like when the tests come out?
Yeah, how do you access your stamp test results?
For the program,
Yeah.
you go to your CIEE account and under the program you studied abroad, it stays under your account and you can click something that says stamp results. If it's not there yet, like if it hasn't been graded or given to you yet, it just won't be there.
Okay.
But if it is there, then that's how you'll see it. I didn't get mine until like 6 months after I studied abroad. Or like I didn't check it very frequently, so I don't know if it was earlier or anything, but I didn't see mine for 6 months. But then it just stays there. And if you ever need to show that to any like teachers or organizations, that will always be there under your account in CIEE.
Okay. And the college credit, Whitney, I would say call your enrollment coordinator, the person that helped you get through your application with that question. They're definitely going to be able to help you much faster in the next couple of days about that. I have a feeling that no. But I don't know. Check with them. You don't have to request the transcript from Tulane directly, Lucy, but you will only get it if you already said that you wanted college credit when you were signing up. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Eugene and Selah, you guys good? Have questions? I think.
Hopefully not, but
Oh,
oh,
hi.
there it goes.
I have a question for you, Rana, but it's like specific to like